In light of the fact that Erika Jayne, a star of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, has been sentenced to prison, is she in legal trouble? When he was 86 years old, he was found guilty of wire fraud and sentenced to 7 years in prison. What does all of this imply for his wife, who has been estranged from him? Continue reading for further information. Is Erika Jayne landed in legal trouble amid the sentence of her ex-partner? Viewers were at a loss for what to think of Erika Jayne when she joined the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in Season 6. In addition to being a mother, she was a bombshell performer, and her husband was a very distinguished attorney who was 30 years her senior. Even though their marriage appeared strange and doubtful, it appeared that they got along pretty well with one another. As a result of his unwavering support for her professional endeavors, she was able to take care of herself in order to become the wife of the lawyer. Due to the fact that Erika was aware of the deficiencies, she decided to file for divorce after 20 years of marriage. Tom's life ended up becoming more complicated not long after that, when he was accused of stealing millions of dollars from victims. In spite of the fact that her co-stars were putting her feet to the fire, Erika said that she was completely unaware of this situation. In addition to this, she was accused of lacking empathy, and there were a lot of issues over the legal implications that would be brought up in her life. Due to the fact that she would lose around $1 million, Erika chose not to legally divorce. What does this imply for the performer now that Tom is scheduled to return to jail in the month of July? Attorney Ronald Richards provided a fairly gloomy report, which was as follows. A de facto sentence of virtually life imprisonment is being handed down to Erika Jayne's ex-spouse, who she has abandoned. In the meantime, the judge who is presiding over the fraudulent conveyance action that we filed for $25 million is requesting additional briefing on how to proceed with this case. EJ Global, Erika's personal service company, received the money, according to Erika's defensive argument. Because her defense is definitely doomed to failure, her greatest chance is to continue to delay. At the moment, she is struggling financially, and she despises having to pay her own legal fees. Barriers continue to close. This does not appear to be very encouraging or optimistic for the reality show star on Rhobh. In spite of this, given that Erika Jayne has been performing all over the place and has recently returned to Broadway, how hard up is she? Just 2 updates. A de facto sentence of virtually life imprisonment is being handed down to Erika Jayne's ex-spouse, who she has abandoned. In the meantime, the judge who is presiding over the fraudulent conveyance action that we filed for $25 million is requesting additional briefing on how to proceed with this case. According to Erika's defense, the money was given to her. Images. pic.twitter.com/nfto8. There is no response from her followers to her last update. To get a message out there regarding Erika Jayne, it appeared like Attorney Richards wrote this rather rapidly in order to achieve his goal. Even if he made an effort to smear the reality show host and her defense, is that a professional move on his part? Due to the fact that Erika's legal future is still uncertain, this does not really matter all that much. At this point in time, it is believed that she is out of money, which is why her legal representatives continue to put everything on hold. Immediately after seeing this comment, fans quickly voiced their opinions regarding Erika and her involvement. She was exonerated of any and all unlawful acts. I have seen and read remarks from clients and coworkers who claim to have known Erika and Tom, and who have stated that they had the impression that she was involved in the scam. For what reason is she evading justice? Could she still be sent to jail by the federal government, the Internal Revenue Service, or another agency? Being able to watch her brag and lie is quite revolting. We can only hope that the footage from Bravo will be of assistance in this instance. Although there were those people who supported Erika, there were also many who believed that she was complicit and knew more than she claimed to know. When all is said and done, the decision on her destiny will be made by a jury, provided that the case is brought to that level and there are no further delays. Erika Jayne once believed her life had finally steadied after years of legal chaos, media scrutiny, and emotional exhaustion. But just as she began piecing together the glossy image she had worked so hard to rebuild, new turbulence swept in, turbulence tied not to her actions, but to the lingering consequences of her ex-husband Tom Girardi's empire, collapse, and now impending sentencing. For a Bravo star who built an entire persona around unapologetic glam, strength, and resilience, the shadow of Tom's downfall keeps finding a way back into her world. And with the recent updates on his sentencing, whispers and speculation have once again wrapped themselves around Erika's name, raising the question fans can't stop asking. Is Erika Jayne headed back into legal hot water? A cloud that refuses to clear, although Erika has tried to distance herself from the legal wreckage of Tom's past. The remnants continue drifting back into her orbit. Every new courtroom development seems to carry a ripple effect, pulling her name into headlines even when she is not an active player in the proceedings. With Tom's sentencing resurfacing in the news, critics quickly seized the opportunity to revisit the long-standing scandals involving misappropriated funds, defrauded clients, and the alleged financial entanglements that once tied Erika to her ex-husband's empire. These were matters Erika had maintained she knew nothing about, yet the world remained skeptical. Now, as Tom's fate inches closer to being finalized, concern has risen over whether investigators or civil plaintiffs might attempt to revive or pursue additional claims involving Erika, not necessarily criminally, but financially or legally in civil court. The tension surrounding that possibility has created a new storm of speculation, rekindling public curiosity and reigniting old debates among RHOBH fans and critics. A reputation always on trial, Erika's public reputation has been fighting an uphill battle since the day Tom's legal empire collapsed. Even after multiple rulings, dismissed claims, and court determinations that distanced her from intentional wrongdoing, a portion of the public still sees her as a symbol of the scandal. Her fashion, her confidence, her icy composure, traits that once defined her brand, now often become ammunition for critics who paint her as indifferent or unapologetic. The updated news on Tom's sentencing only amplified that sentiment. Online forums, social media groups, and Bravo-focused discussion pages quickly reignited conversations about everything Erika had ever worn, said, or implied during the years of legal turmoil. Suddenly, it felt as though her public image was back on trial, even though no courtroom had summoned her this time. This relentless cycle has become a defining part of Erika's RHOBH storyline. Every attempt to move forward is met with another wave pulling her back. The emotional toll behind the glam, despite the rhinestones and sharp-edged confidence she presents on screen, the unseen emotional toll remains heavy. Bravo fans often debate her demeanor, but beneath the stoic exterior lies a woman who watched her marriage crumble, her financial stability evaporate, and her reputation become a battleground. Tom's sentencing is more than just an update in a case she once lived through. It's a reminder of a chapter she desperately tried to close. And yet, the cameras, the stories, and the online commentary ensure it never fully fades. Privately, Erika has been navigating the delicate balance between reclaiming her identity and protecting herself legally. Each new wave of public scrutiny pushes her to maintain a careful line between transparency and self-preservation. The specter of Tom's fall is not simply legal, it is psychological. And with this latest sentencing development reigniting speculation, Erika once again finds herself bracing against a storm she never asked to weather. A career that refuses to dim despite the constant legal noise, Erika has somehow managed to keep her career alive, and in some ways, stronger than ever. Her Vegas residency, her public appearances, her return to Rhobh with sharpened resolve. All these efforts reflect a woman determined not to let the past define her forever. But every victory comes with its own challenges. As Tom's sentencing nears, detractors question whether Erika's success is appropriate or fair, given the unresolved emotional weight carried by victims of the Girardi scandal. This clash between public perception and personal ambition has continued shaping her professional journey. For Erika, every step forward must be taken with the awareness that the world is constantly dissecting her moral footprint, whether fair or not. The legal reality behind the headlines. While Erika's name trends online, legal experts emphasize that Tom's sentencing does not automatically mean new legal trouble for Erika. Many claims against her have already been dismissed or resolved, and the criminal proceedings are focused solely on Tom's actions and capacity. However, civil lawsuits can be revived or expanded, depending on new information uncovered in court. This uncertainty is what fuels the speculation, not solid evidence, but the possibility that new financial details or testimony could prompt additional legal interest. It is this what-if space that keeps Erika's future hanging in a delicate balance. While not currently under criminal investigation, she remains in a position where any unexpected development in Tom's case could raise fresh questions or prompt new accusations from civil plaintiffs. It's not certainty, it's the uncomfortable possibility that lingers. Rhobh cameras capture it all for reality TV. Erika's situation represents compelling storytelling. Her life has become a blend of glam and tension, resilience and scrutiny, strength and vulnerability. Producers understand the depth of this arc, and viewers remain glued to see how she navigates each new challenge. With Tom's sentencing looming in the background, Rhobh is once again poised to capture Erika at a crossroads, managing her career, addressing public questions, and bracing for any fallout that may come from her ex-husband's final legal reckoning. Whether she faces new legal pressure or manages to move through this chapter untouched, one thing is certain. Erika Jayne's storyline is far from over. A future defined by strength, or more storms as the world awaits the outcome of Tom's sentencing. Erika stands on the edge of yet another uncertain chapter. For some viewers, she embodies survival and grit. For others, she remains a symbol of unanswered questions. But in the world of Rhobh, where perception often matters more than truth, Erika's ability to withstand public judgment may define her future more than any courtroom decision. Whether this new wave of headlines leads to real legal consequences, or simply another round of scrutiny, Erika Jayne continues to exist in a space where glamour and chaos coexist. And as long as Tom's past remains unfinished business, Erika's path will remain shadowed by the story she never chose to be part of.